Tom, I think we're still early enough in the Paul Wall reign to ask you about the new boss. How have you found him so far?
Yeah, he's good. He's a big bundle of energy, which I think everyone has seen. Yeah, it seems like a really good guy. He loves his caffeine. You can tell he's had a few coffees in the morning, but I think it's brought, he's not brought good energy because there was always good energy, but it's just, a new voice, new energy coming in, and yeah, not just him, the staff in general. I think every one of them that have come in, been really good, and yeah, impressed.
He's been quite open about his preferences. Are you a coffee guy?
Yeah, coffee, tea, Coke, anything that's got caffeine, I'll have it as well. So yeah.
You've played against Paul Wall teams before. Do you build up sort of a perception of a manager based on his teams when you face them, if you know what I mean?
I think so, but I suppose every time I faced them in the Championship, they had the smallest budget in the Championship. They probably adapted differently to how he's come here with one of the bigger teams in the league, and he's probably adapting just as much as we are. And yeah, he's obviously got his basic principles that he sticks with, and we need to adapt to that quickly, because I know we've got a few wins, but we need to start really picking up the pace and getting more consistent with our all-round game, and then hopefully the results will follow.
What are the big things that he has changed so far?
Obviously we're not playing out from the back as much, but I suppose you go back to perceptions. My perception was always that Rotherham were more of a long ball team, and they would put balls in the box and they're horrible to play against. But he doesn't want that. He doesn't want us to just start booming it forward, and that's maybe where we need to adapt a little bit better, because we've gone from playing a specific way of football to just because we've been told to go a little bit more front to back doesn't mean that every time we get the ball we have to smack it as far as we can, and that's probably where we need to just touch up a little bit, because I think Saturday became a bit of a basketball game, and it was all about second balls, and not just from them going long. We were just going long at every opportunity, and he doesn't want that. So yeah, hopefully over the next few weeks we can adapt to that, and yeah, like I said, get results on the board.
You've had a few managers in your career now. How sort of more generally do you cope with change when there is a change at the top?
Probably depends who comes in. I've always worked well under managers who I can have open and honest conversations with. I've referenced probably Alex Neil was my favourite, because you could go in and talk to each other and have an honest conversation. And I think this manager is similar to that. He's not going to hide away from why you're not playing, or why he's taking you off. Or if he doesn't like you, he'll tell you he just doesn't fancy you as a player. And I prefer that. I think it's just the way that I go about my life. So I prefer someone just to come in and not beat around the bush, and be friendly to your face, and then be saying things elsewhere to other people. And I think this manager, Rosie was the same. He would tell you exactly what he thinks, and there was a game I got taken out for, and he just said, listen, you need to come out. Like, it's not a case of, I need to keep you happy and I need to do this. It's I'm going to go with someone else. So yeah, I think it'll work well for me as a person, and then hopefully that can be taken onto the pitch.
You mentioned Saturday, and obviously a disappointing result. How do you pick yourselves up going to Accrington? Well,
we have to. I don't think it's a case of how do you pick yourselves up, it's a case of we have to pick ourselves up. And to be fair, I think this week we've trained really well. We do have a really good group of players. We just need to probably be a bit more streetwise. We're coming up against a lot of experienced teams in this league, and it's not going to be it's not what I think I said when I signed. It's not going to be easy, and it hasn't been. There's no two ways about it. It's not been easy for us. We've had some good results. We have some bad results, which is going to happen. But I think it's the manner of the results that you look at more than actual losing. And yeah, I think Saturday was, I think Lincoln was probably a big eye opener for us. And then Saturday, we go down to 10 men and we concede straight away. We probably do need to just be a little bit more calm and composed, and get ourselves together. And then we know we've got the quality in the group to win games. So it's just the other side of it that probably needs just touching up on.
I know the big cliche is it's one game at a time, and you don't look further ahead. But if you do look ahead, you see just how busy the next month is in particular. How do you prepare for that when you are playing Saturday, Tuesday, Friday, Wednesday for a decent stretch?
Win. I think winning makes you feel less tired, all the time. You know, you lose on a Saturday, and I know people say, "Oh, I can't wait for the next one to put it right," but when you lose a game, it does make you feel, you know, every ache you feel it, every bit of fatigue you feel it. But when you win, and you win consistently, and if we can get on runs of winning, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row, then playing Saturday, Tuesday will be a breeze. You know, if you go on a run where you lose back-to-back games, then suddenly that Saturday, Tuesday starts to look, you know, a lot more demanding and things like that. So yeah, I think winning is key to, you know, everything in football. You know, confidence and how you feel about yourself physically. So yeah, it sounds simple, but yeah, as we've seen, it's not.
And just on Accrington, and actually on the stadium, the Crown Ground specifically, improved a bit through the years in your experience of it?
I think I played there pre-season last year. I think the pitch has got better than from when I played against them in League Two. You know what you're going to get when you turn up to the ground. The change room's small, the stadium is small, but their fans will be right at it, as every away ground has been this season. And yeah, they're going to be a tough team to play against. You know, I think the manager's been there quite a long time. If it's the same one that I remember playing against years ago, so he's got his way of playing. We know they're going to be aggressive, and we need to stand up and be strong enough to get through that. And then, like I said, you know, we know the quality that we've got, and if we get it right, we'll win the game.